Yes, hope is it possible to just have a recap of what we have discussed in the previous class quickly, any one of you? Yes, my dear students. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it possible to just have a recap of what I have discussed in the previous class?
We discussed about the broadcast control channels, different channels, sir. Multicast control channel, paging control channel,
Okay,
dedicated control channel. We discussed about that, sir.
fine. Sorry. Okay, thank you, Madhura. So, to continue with that, just let me have a brief review from my side. So, I discussed about the logical control channels, right? So, basically, there are, I think I've discussed about six logical control channels. In that, maybe the order is different, what I discussed in the previous class. Okay, to begin with, first I said, what is this broadcast control channel, right? That is a BCCH. I said it is a downlink channel for broadcasting system control information to the user equipments, right? So it carries downlink system bandwidth, antenna configuration, and as well as the reference signal power. Okay, since it carries a huge amount of data, so it is mapped to the transport channels, that is BCH and downlink shared channels. So this is what I said in the previous class. Then the next one is the paging control channel. I said it is also a downlink channel that transfers paging information to registered user equipments in the cell. Okay, so the next one is the common control channel. So it is a bidirectional channel for transmitting control information between the user equipments and the network. Okay, that is from user equipment to the base station and as well as from base station to the user equipment. And this channel is used for user equipments having no RRC connection with the network. Means when the network uh, is not having radio resource connection with the when the user equipment is not having the radio resource connection with the network, during that time this channel is used for uh, transmitting control information between the user equipments and the network. Okay, fine. And the next one is the dedicated control channel, I said. So this dedicated control channel is a point-to-point bidirectional channel that transmits dedicated control information between a user equipment and the network. Okay, and this dedicated control channel is basically used by the user equipments having an radio resource connection. That is, when the user equipment is attached to the network, during that time we use the dedicated control channel. Okay, and the next control channel, logical control channel, is the multicast control channel, which is denoted as MCCH in short. I said it is a point to multi-point downlink channel used for transmitting MBMS control information, that is multimedia broadcast service it is. Okay, uh, control information from the network to the user equipment for one or several MTCH, that is MTCH means multicast traffic channels it is. Okay, so this channel is only used by the user equipments that receive multicast or broadcast services. So that is the beauty of this multicast control channel. So these are the five different types of logical control channels which are used in LTE. And next I said about the logical traffic channels. In that there are two. One is the dedicated traffic channel, which is denoted in short as DTCH. So it is what? It is a point-to-point channel. Even I can say it's a bidirectional channel used between the given user equipment and the network, dedicated to one user equipment. Okay, sorry, for the transfer of user information. So this dedicated traffic channel can exist in both uplink and as well as downlink. So whatever other things I discussed, they exist only in uplink, that is in downlink, sorry. Okay, so this dedicated traffic channel exists in both uplink and as well as downlink. And next logical traffic channel is the multicast traffic channel, so it is denoted in short as MTCH. And this multicast traffic channel is basically a unidirectional point to multi-point data channel for transmitting traffic data from the network to the user equipments. So this channel is only used by the user equipments that receive multicast or broadcast services. So this is all what I have discussed so far in the previous class. Okay, I discussed about the logical control channel and as well as logical traffic channels. So in brief, I think you should be able to say what is the function of each channel, okay, and for what purpose it is used and what information each channel carries. Okay, so the next one is the transport channels. Okay, downlink transport channels. Here also we have four different types of downlink transport channels. In that, the first one is the paging channel. Okay, so this paging channel is associated with the paging control channel. Okay, paging control channel. So I hope you know what is paging control channel, which I just discussed in the logical control channels, right? So it supports user equipment discontinuous reception. Okay, this paging channel supports user equipment discontinuous reception to enable user equipment power saving. Okay, because you may not be talking continuously, right? I hope you may be visualizing this situation. See, when other person is talking, you will be in a idle mode. Means you will not be talking. You will be just listening, right? So there will be a discontinuous reception of the signal. So during that time, to save the power of your mobile, in that case, this channel is used for doing that. Okay, so it broadcasts in the entire coverage area of the cell. Means this paging channel will be broadcasted in the entire coverage area of the cell, and it is mapped to physical resources. Okay, so which can be used dynamically for traffic or other control channels. And this paging channel is transmitted on the PDSCH, that is physical downlink shared channel. Okay, so this is all about the paging channel, and so which comes under transport channels, downlink transport channel. The next one is the broadcast channel, that is denoted in short as BCH. So this is basically a downlink channel, and this BCH is associated with BCCH logical channel. Okay, so you need to correlate. See, PCH is associated with PCCH. Similarly, the BCH, that is broadcast channel, is associated with the BCCH. Okay, that is BCCH means what? Broadcast control channel. Right? Broadcast control channel is a logical channel, and this BCH is used to broadcast in the entire coverage area of the cell, and it uses fixed predefined transport format. Okay, for this BCH, what should be the format is already predefined, and it will be using that. And next downlink transport channel is the multicast channel, so which is denoted in short as MCH. Okay, this is associated with the MCCH and as well as MTCH, that is multicast control channel and multicast traffic channel. Okay, for the multicast broadcast services, and this channel is also broadcasted in the entire coverage area of the cell. So in a nutshell, to say, all these three channels, the paging channel, broadcast channel, multicast channel, all these channels are broadcasted in the entire coverage area of the cell. So that is a common point what you can understand. Okay, and this multicast channel supports the multicast or broadcast single frequency network transmission. So this is an important feature of this channel. Okay, it supports multicast broadcast single frequency network. In short, we call that as MBSFN. Okay, multicast broadcast single frequency network transmission. So this will be transmitting the same information on the same radio resource from multiple synchronized base stations to multiple user equipments. So that's why it is called a single frequency network. Okay, multicast broadcast single frequency network. What I said, it will be transmitting the same information on the same radio resource from multiple synchronized base stations to multiple user equipments. So that is the purpose or use of this multicast channel. And the next downlink transport channel is the downlink shared channel. Okay. Okay, so this downlink shared channel is basically used for transmitting the downlink data. Okay, both control and as well as traffic. And this transport channel is associated with the logical control and as well as the logical traffic channels. And this supports hybrid ARQ. So downlink shared channel supports hybrid ARQ. You know what is the purpose of hybrid ARQ? Okay, and it also supports sorry, dynamic link adaptation. Okay, so dynamic link adaptation by varying the modulation, coding, and as well as transmit power. Okay, so it is an important channel, downlink shared channel. Then I said it supports both dynamic and as well as semi-static resource allocation. Okay, while resource allocation, it supports both dynamic and as well as semi-static resource allocation. And it supports user equipment discontinuous reception to enable the user equipment power saving. Okay, and it also supports multicast broadcast transmission. Okay, so these are all the functions or use of the downlink shared channel. So I said it will be supporting the dynamic link adaptation by varying modulation, coding, and transmit power. So what I mean to say is, and as I already said, it supports both dynamic and as well as a semi-static resource allocation. So by sharing the radio resources among the different user equipments, this downlink shared channel is able to maximize the throughput by allocating the resources to the optimum user equipments. That is the beauty of this channel. Okay, I repeat once again, by sharing the radio resources among different user equipments, the downlink shared channel is able to maximize the throughput by allocating the resources to the optimum user equipments. Okay, so these are the 4 different types of downlink transport channels. And next is uplink transport channels. Okay, so basically there are 2 uplink transport channels. One is the uplink shared channel. In short, we denote it as ULSCH. So UL stands for uplink shared channel. So this uplink shared channel is associated to common control channel, then dedicated control channel, and as well as dedicated traffic channel. So these are the 3 different channels. With that, this uplink shared channel is associated. Okay, and this uplink shared channel supports the hybrid ARQ, dynamic link adaptation, and as well as semi-persistent resource allocation. Since the name only says it is an uplink transport channel, so it is from user equipment to the base station. Okay, means your user equipment will be using this channel for transmitting data. Then another one is the random access channel. In short, we denote this as RACH. Okay, that is a random access channel. So this random access channel is a specific transport channel that is not mapped to any logical channels. So this is the beauty of this channel. This RACH is not mapped to any of the logical channels, because you might have understood so far while discussing, I used to say at least each channels will be associated with some of the logical control channels, right? But this is the only one channel. What is that? Random access channel, which is not associated with or not mapped to any of the logical channels. And this channel transmits relatively small amount of data, okay, for initial access. Means you want to, if you want to make a call, okay, first this RACH channel will be sending a signal to the base station, okay. It will request the resources, okay. I wanted to communicate, so allocate the channel. That is what RACH will be doing. Since that is why I said it transmits relatively small amount of data for initial access, or in case of what I said, radio resource connection, or states change, that is from idle state to active state, like that, right? So this is about the transport channel, that is uplink transport channel. So in uplink, we have two types of transport channels. One is RACH, that is a random access channel. Second one is the uplink shared channel. Okay, in the downlink, we have four transport channels, right? So that is paging control channel, broadcast channel, then multicast channel, then I said downlink shared channel. Okay, so here how much it is? 4 plus 2, 6. 6 in the transport, that is 4 in downlink and 2 in the uplink. So by this time, hope you might be understanding how many channels are there in logical control channel and as well as the transport channel. And the next one is the physical channel. So before I take up the physical channel, just let me say some information about the yeah. So already I discussed it and told many times. Even then, I would like to revise once again these terms. I think if you are able to get these things in your mind, then I think further understanding will happen. Okay, so you all know the data on each transport channel. That is whatever the transport channels I have discussed so far in a downlink and as well as uplink is organized into what? Transport blocks. Hope you all are able to understand what I am saying. Yes, people are there with me.
Yes.
Yeah. What I was telling is the data on each transport channel is organized into transport blocks. So I would like to say here what is the size of the transport block, right? So the transmission time of each transport block, the transmission time of each transport block is known as the transmission time interval, that is TTI. Okay, I repeat once again, the data on each transport channel is organized into what? Transport blocks. And the transmission time of each transport block is known as the transmission time interval. In short, we call it as a TTI. And the value of the TTI is equal to 1 millisecond in LTE. So when I say it is 1 millisecond, so it will be taking 2 slots, right? I hope you are able to recall that. I said one slot duration will be of 0.5 milliseconds. So 2 slots will be equal to 1 millisecond. So 2 slots forms one subframe. Like that, there will be 10 subframes in the LTE frame. In that, we say the duration of the LTE frame is 10 milliseconds. Okay. Yes, able to visualize. So now I hope you understand the transport block. Okay, the duration of the transport block will be what? We call that as a TTI, that is transmission time control. Transmission time interval, which is equal to what? 1 milliseconds in LTE. So this TTI is also the minimum interval for link adaptation and as well as the scheduling decision. Okay, that is 1 millisecond is the minimum interval for taking scheduling decision and as well as link adaptation. And here two cases we say without spatial multiplexing, what is the support of this transport block, and with spatial multiplexing, what is the support? Okay, so without spatial multiplexing, what we can say is at most one transport block will be transmitted to the user equipment in each TTI. Okay, so without spatial multiplexing, I repeat once again, without spatial multiplexing, at most only one transport block is transmitted to the user equipment in each transmission time interval. With spatial multiplexing, it is possible to transport two transport blocks in each TTI to the user equipment. Okay, so that is what the difference is. Means with the spatial multiplexing, we are going to send more data. At least means we are able to say two transport blocks, right, in one TTI. But without spatial multiplexing, only one transport block in each TTI. So with this understanding, so let me say about what is the control information in the MAC layer. Okay, so after discussing these things, then only we'll go to the physical layer. What are the different types of physical layers? Okay, so I don't know how many of you are aware of this. MAC layer is one of the most important layer, right? It does many things. So let us try to understand what are the control informations are there in the MAC layer as far as this LTE is concerned. Okay, the first one is the downlink control information. In short, we denote it as DCI, downlink control information. Okay, so this control information, that is the downlink control information, carries information related to downlink or uplink scheduling assignment. Okay, it carries the information related to what? Downlink or uplink scheduling assignment, modulation and coding scheme, and as well as the transmit power control command. Okay, and all these things will be sent over the PDCCH, that is physical downlink control channel. So this DCI carries what information? It carries information related to downlink or uplink scheduling assignment, modulation and coding scheme, and transmit power control command. And this DCI, that is downlink control information, supports 10 different formats. That is, now you should be able to visualize DCI 0 to DCI 9, if you want to say, or DCI 1 to DCI 10. So it supports 10 different formats. Okay, that is from format 0. Just I'm saying few things here. I have a table, I will discuss that. Okay, so this format 0 is for signaling uplink transmission allocation, and format 3 and as well as 3A are used for transmit power control. Okay, as of now you can understand this much. As I said, DCI supports 10 different formats. In that, format 0 is used for what? Signaling uplink transmission allocation, and format 3 and as well as 3A are used for transmit power control. Okay, so this is all about the downlink control information, that is DCI. The next one is the control format indicator, that is CFI. Okay, so this CFI indicates how many symbols the downlink control information spans in that subframe. Okay, so CFI, that is control format indicator, indicates how many symbols the downlink control information spans in that subframe, and it takes values, that is CFI will be equal to 1, 2 or 3, and that is sent over the physical control format indicator channel, that is PCFICH, physical control format indicator channel. Okay, so that is about the CFI. The next one is the hybrid ARQ indicator. Okay, in short, we write it is HI. Okay, HI means hybrid ARQ indicator. So this control information carries hybrid ARQ acknowledgement in response to uplink transmissions. Okay, it carries what? Hybrid ARQ acknowledgement in response to uplink transmissions, and this is sent over the physical hybrid ARQ indicator channel. Okay, so since we have not yet discussed about the physical channels, so you need to understand that. I will come to that. Okay, so this information will be sent over what? Physical hybrid ARQ indicator channel. In short, we say it is PHICH. So when HI is equal to 1, okay, so it indicates is a positive acknowledgement. And when HI equal to 0, indicates is a negative acknowledgement. Okay, so just I discussed about the control information in the MAC layer. So just 3 I've discussed. One more is there. So let me say what is that. That is the uplink control information. So which is denoted in short as UCI. Okay, so this uplink control information is basically uh, used for measurement indication on the downlink transmission, scheduling request of uplink, and as well as the hybrid ARQ acknowledgement of downlink transmission. So it contains that information. This uplink control information can be transmitted either on PUCCH or PUSCH. That is physical uplink control channel. PUCCH means. PUSCH means physical uplink shared channel. So this UCI information will be transmitted on either of these two channels. So this is all about the control information of the MAC layer. Okay, basically 4 things are there. Hope try to understand what each control information carries, right? DCI, CFI, then hybrid indicator, and as well as UCI. Okay, 4 things are there. Then we'll go to the next, that is the physical channel. So you all know basically the physical channels will carry the actual transmission of information, right? So each physical channel corresponds to set of resource elements, right? I hope you know by this time what is resource element. I hope you will be able to visualize that time frequency grid, what I have discussed in the earlier classes, right? So one symbol with one subcarrier frequency is known as the resource element. Okay, so as I said, each physical channel corresponds to set of resource elements. So set of resource elements, already I said 7 OFDM symbols with the 12 subcarriers, so which is equal to how much? 12 into 7, so which is 84 resource elements will be what? One resource block. So that will be given to one user equipment. Yes or no? UE1. So that is what I am saying here. So each physical channel corresponds to set of resource elements in the time frequency grid that carry the information from higher layers. So the basic entities that makes the physical channel are what? Resource element and as well as the resource block. So resource block is what? A set of resource elements, right? So what is resource element? With one OFDM symbol and one subcarrier frequency is the resource element. So the resource element is a what? Single subcarrier or one OFDM symbol. And this could carry one modulated symbol, means either 0 or 1. Okay, so now you should be able to understand if I use BPSK modulation. Usually we don't prefer BPSK modulation for all this one, just to understand. So 0 will be transmitted one subcarrier frequency, 1 will be transmitted another subcarrier frequency, right? If I use QPSK, then I'm going to use 4 subcarriers for 001, for 10, then 01 and 11, right? So like that, you have to visualize now to utilize 12 subcarriers, right? So I may be using QAM of order. What if I use a QAM modulation, right? With respect to that, is it possible to say how they are related? It is 2 power n, right? The number of symbols. So if I use 3 bits, then I can have 2 power 3 is 8, right? 8 subcarrier frequencies I can use. So in that way, so number of subcarriers and the information over each subcarrier will depends on the type of modulation what we select. Okay. So here what I wanted to say is the resource block is what I said. It is a collection of resource elements in the frequency domain, and that will represent the smallest quantity of resources that can be allocated. Okay, so with this basic again a revision of about that time frequency grid. So let me say about the physical channels. Again, in physical channels, we have physical downlink physical channels and as well as uplink physical channels, right? So in that, the first one is the physical downlink shared channel. It is, in short, we denote it as PDSCH. So this PDSCH carries user data and as well as higher layer signaling. Okay, since it's a downlink, right? So it carries user data and as well as the higher layer signaling. And this physical downlink shared channel is associated with downlink shared channel and as well as the paging channel. Okay. Then the next one is the physical downlink control channel. So which is denoted as PDCCH. Okay, physical downlink control channel. So this physical downlink control channel carries information about the transport format and as well as the resource allocation related to the downlink shared channel. Okay, and the PCH transport channels. So I hope you know what is PCH, right? Physical channel transport channels. And hybrid ARQ information related to the downlink shared channels. It carries information about all those things. What is that I said? It carries information about transport format and resource allocation related to the downlink shared channel and paging channel transport channels, and also hybrid ARQ information which is related to downlink shared channels. Okay. And this channel, that is physical downlink control channel, informs the user equipment about the transport format and as well as the resource allocation and hybrid ARQ information related to uplink shared channels. So this is a very important channel what I feel. So it informs what I said. It informs the user equipment about the transport format, resource allocation, and hybrid ARQ information related to uplink shared channels. And this channel is mapped from the DCI transport channel. So this is all about the physical downlink control channel. The next one is the physical hybrid ARQ indicator channel, that is PHICH. Okay, physical hybrid ARQ indicator channel. So this channel carries hybrid ARQ acknowledgement or negative acknowledgements associated with the uplink data transmissions. And this channel is mapped from the HI transport channel. Okay, so these are the 3 downlink physical channels I discussed, and 2 more are there. So next one is the physical broadcast channel, that is PBCH. Okay, this physical broadcast channel corresponds to the broadcast channel of a transport channel, and this carries system information. Okay, PBCH, physical broadcast channel. The next one is the physical multicast channel, PMCH. So this carries multicast or broadcast information for the multimedia and broadcast services. So I think you will be able to relate one-to-one if you understand from logical control channel to transport channel and to the physical channel. So there is a link. I will show the diagram also, how they are mapped each other. Okay. And so totally there are 6 downlink physical channels. Okay, I think these 3 plus these 2 and another one, that is physical control format indicator channel, that is PCFICH. Okay, physical control format indicator channel. So this downlink physical channel informs the user equipment about the number of OFDM symbols used for the physical downlink control channel, and it is mapped from the CFI transport channel. Okay, CFI means what? Control format indicator, right? CFI transport channel. So this is all about the downlink physical channels. So totally there are 6 downlink physical channels. So let me say what are the uplink physical channels. So there are 3 uplink physical channels. In that, first one is the physical random access channel, that is PRACH. So this physical random access channel carries the random access preamble sent by the user equipments. Okay, since it is a uplink physical channel, right? So it goes from your user equipment to the base station. So what it carries? It carries the random access preamble. Yeah. So next one is the physical uplink shared channel. So in short, we denote it as PUSCH, physical uplink shared channel. So this physical uplink shared channel carries user data and as well as the higher layer signaling. Okay, and this layer, okay, corresponds to the uplink shared channel of transport. Okay, PUSCH. The next one is the physical uplink control channel. In short, we denote it as PUCCH. So this physical uplink control channel carries uplink control information and as well as the channel quality indicator, the CQI, right? And acknowledgement or negative acknowledgements for hybrid ARQ in response to downlink transmission and as well as the uplink scheduling requests. Okay, I repeat once again, the physical uplink control channel carries what? Uplink control information. It carries the uplink control information such as channel quality indicator. In short, we denote it as CQI. Then acknowledgement or negative acknowledgements for hybrid ARQ in response to what? Downlink transmission and as well as uplink scheduling requests. So these are the 3 different types of uplink physical channels. So for uplink is concerned, only 3 physical channels are there. Okay, for downlink, there are how many? There are 6 downlink physical channels. So 6 plus 3, totally 9 physical channels which comes under downlink and uplink. Okay. So yeah, I think yeah. So in addition to all these physical channels, right? Then transport channel, control channels, and even I said about the MAC layer control information. So in addition to that, we need to understand some more signals which exist here. Let me say what are those signals. I think. Okay. So in that, means besides these physical channels, so there are signals embedded in the downlink and as well as the uplink physical layer. And these signals do not carry information from higher layers. Okay, so let us see what are those signals. In that, the first one is what we say the physical signals. Okay, what are the physical signals in the LTE? In that, the first one is the reference signal. Okay, first one is what? The reference signal. So this reference signal is defined in both uplink and as well as downlink. For what purpose? For the purpose of channel estimation. Okay, so the reference signal is defined in both downlink and as well as uplink for channel estimation. That enables the coherent demodulation and for channel quality measurement to assist the scheduling. So that is what the purpose of the reference signal. Yes, hope you are able to understand what I am saying. So these are the physical signals in LTE. In that, the first one is the reference signal. What is that reference signal is? This reference signal is defined in both uplink and as well as downlink for channel estimation. Okay, that channel estimation enables the coherent demodulation and for channel quality measurement to assist the scheduling. So that is what the purpose of the reference signal. In addition to that, we have three different reference signals in the downlink. Okay, this reference signal is different both for uplink and as well as downlink, right? I said what is its purpose? That is used for channel estimation, right? So that channel estimation enables the coherent demodulation and as well as the channel quality measurement to assist the scheduling. So what are these three different reference signals in the downlink? In the first one is cell specific reference signals. Okay, cell specific reference signals. So this cell specific reference signals are associated with non-MBSFN transmission. So I hope you know what is SFN, single frequency network, right? So MB stands for multimedia broadcast single frequency network, I said. Okay, so this is cell specific reference signals associated with non-MBSFN transmission. Next one is the MBSFN reference signals. Okay, this MBSFN reference signals are associated with the MBSFN transmission. Then next one is the user equipment specific reference signals. Okay, so these are the three different types of reference signals in the downlink. One is what? Cell specific reference signal, MBSFN reference signal, then user equipment specific reference signals. Okay. Then in the uplink, there are two types. Okay, so there are two types of uplink reference signals. In that, the first one is demodulation reference signal. So this demodulation reference signal is associated with transmission of physical uplink shared channel or physical uplink control channel. Okay, the demodulation reference signal is associated with what? The transmission of PUSCH or PUCCH. Then the second one is the sounding reference signal. Okay, this sounding reference signal is used to support uplink channel dependent scheduling. Okay, so these are the two uplink reference signals. So in downlink 3, in uplink 2, totally 5 reference signals are there. I said what is the purpose of these reference signals. So this reference signal comes under the physical signals in LTE. That is one thing, reference signal. The second one is the synchronization signal. Means broadly we say one is a reference signal, second one is the synchronization signal. Under reference signal, I said how many in uplink, how many in the downlink. Fine. So in the second one is what I said, the synchronization signal. So here there are two types of synchronization signals are there. One is the primary synchronization signal and the second one is the secondary synchronization signal. Okay, this is primary and secondary synchronization signals. Okay, out of these two, let us say what is the purpose of this. We will be discussing in detail about this primary and as well as secondary synchronization signal. So just let me say what is what here. Okay, and is only defined in the downlink. Means this synchronization signal is only defined in the downlink to enable what? Acquisition of symbol timing and as well as the precise frequency of the downlink signal. So that is the purpose of synchronization signal. Okay, I said there are two types of synchronization signals. One is what? Primary synchronization signal and second one is the secondary synchronization signal. What is the purpose of this? It is defined in the downlink to enable acquisition of symbol timing and as well as the precise frequency of the downlink signal. So for that purpose, this synchronization signal is used. Okay, so this is all about the physical signals in LTE. Okay, so just let me say about the mapping of these LTE uplink channels and as well as the downlink channels. I think this will give you the complete mapping of all logical, transport and physical channels. So let me just say about this. So the uplink logical channels are these three, that is common control channel, dedicated control channel, and the dedicated traffic channel. All these three channels are mapped to uplink shared channel with respect to the transport channels. And this uplink shared channel is in turn mapped to physical channel, that is what physical uplink shared channel. Okay, and this random access channel, which comes under uplink transport channels, that is mapped to physical random access channel. Okay, and this one is about physical uplink control channel. So this is about the mapping of uplink channels. So this will give you the complete picture of the mapping of all the channels. So written very clearly about logical channels, what are the transport channels, and what are the physical channels. Okay. Yes, able to see? Hello? Yes, my dear students, you are all with me?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yeah, because today I made one-sided. I continuously talked. I did not ask in between. I feel it is okay. Hmm? Okay, fine. So is it possible to grasp this and able to say what I see? Whatever I've discussed so far can be understood in this one slide. So these are all the different logical channels, right? Physical control channel, broadcast control channel, common control channel, dedicated control channel, dedicated traffic channel, then multicast control channel, multicast traffic channel, right? So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 with respect to logical control channels and 2 with respect to logical traffic channels. So 5 plus 2, 7 are written under logical channels, right? So then MAC layer is there, right? So how they are mapped, which channel, which logical channel is mapped to which transport channel is written here. So under the transport channel, how many I said? 6 is written, right? One is physical channel, broadcast channel, uplink shared channel, downlink shared channel, then multicast channel, then random access channel, right? So from logical channels, you just try to understand. See, broadcast control channel, then common control channel, then dedicated control channel, right? As well as dedicated traffic channel means 1, 2, 3, 4. All these 4 are associated with the downlink shared channel. Okay, and this common control channel, dedicated control channel, and dedicated traffic channel is associated with the uplink shared channel. Okay, this multicast control channel and multicast traffic channel is associated or mapped to multicast channel. Okay, then here there is a one-to-one mapping, that is physical control channel is mapped to physical. Sorry, this is a paging control channel. Okay, this paging control channel is mapped to paging channel of transport channels, right? And in turn, that is mapped to physical downlink shared channel in the physical channels. And this broadcast control channel is mapped to broadcast channel of the transport channel, and which is mapped to physical broadcast channel. Okay. Then the uplink shared channel is mapped to what? Physical uplink shared channel. Then this downlink shared channel is mapped to physical downlink shared channel. Then MCH is mapped to physical multicast channel. Then RACH is mapped to PRACH, that is physical random access channel. Yes, able to understand this? So first two are mapped one-to-one from logical channels to physical channels, right? Then next 5 out of 5, so these 4, that is from BCCH to DTCH, are mapped to downlink shared channel, and these 3, that is from common control channel to DTCH, are mapped to uplink shared channel. Okay, then this uplink shared channel is mapped to physical uplink shared channel. The downlink shared channel is mapped to physical downlink shared channel. Okay, so there is one-to-one link and mapping also. I think that is why I said this is an important slide. If you understand this, I think you will be able to answer any given type of channel, and you will be able to relate and say what is the function of that. Hope is this clear? Yes, my dear students, is this clear? Okay, with this I will stop my lecture. So another 4 5 minutes is there. So just let me have a discussion now. I think now I expect you people to answer. Why my slide is not changed? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have shown different slide, which what I am not finding here. Is it so?
So channel mapping is shown, sir.
Yes, not able to hear. I have shown the slide of this is now. Is it changed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So no, the slide is still the same, sir.
That logical control channel only is there?
Channel mapping is there, sir.
Huh?
It's in channel mapping, sir.
Yeah, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. And what is that, man?
Slide 22 ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಇನ್ನ
22 ನಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಾ? One minute. Because here what I'm seeing, yeah, 22 is fine. That is channel mapping, right?
yes
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. But here, when I see this with what we say Google Meet, this one, no, I'm able to see the first slide only in that way. But it is changing, right? Slide is changing. Fine. Okay. Yes, any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask. I said from my side about all these three different channels, about logical control channel and logical traffic channels. Then I said about transport channel and as well as the physical channels. Of course, you may be feeling in one stretch that so many channels. What is the function of each channel? How to remember and all. But with that one slide, and if you understand with respect to this slide, and you have to correlate how that information will be passed from higher layer to the lower layer, and as well as vice versa. Then you will be able to understand and you will be able to write the exact functionality of each channel. Yes, do you have any questions? At least from your end, is it possible to say, I would like to hear about the reference signals? Yes, any one of you, is it possible to say what are the physical reference signals in LTE? Physical reference signals. Yes, I said there are three reference signals in the downlink and 2 reference signals in the uplink. At least you can mention the names now. Means not attentive. It shows you are not attentive. Is it so? Yes, I was telling about this 3 different reference signals in the downlink. What are those? Cell specific reference signal, MBSFN reference signal, then user equipment, that is UE specific reference signal. So these are the 3 different reference signals in the downlink. What are the 2 reference signals in the uplink? One is the downlink reference signal. Second one is the sounding reference signal. See, if you don't catch up all these things now, in upcoming lectures, you will be hearing all these words again and again. That is why I stressed upon these things here. Then I said, what is the purpose of reference signal? I said it is defined in both uplink and downlink for what? Channel estimation. So that will be enabling the coherent demodulation and as well as for channel quality measurement to assist the scheduling. Okay, second one is what? The synchronization signal. So broadly we say physical signals in LTE are two. One is reference signal and another one is the synchronization signal. Under synchronization, I said there are two synchronization signals, that is yeah, so I was telling about synchronization signal, right? So there are two types of synchronization signals. One is primary synchronization signal, and second one is the secondary synchronization signal, right? And I said, what is the purpose? It is used for what? To enable acquisition of symbol timing and as well as the precise frequency of the downlink signal. So let me stop with this. I request all of you to download the LTE bulletin. Okay, that is the free software available. I will be able to demonstrate all these things, whatever I am saying now, channels. Okay, all these channels with respect to even reference signal and as well as the synchronization signals, and how these things will be occupied in the given the time frequency grid of LTE. Okay, may not be today. I think tomorrow I expect you people to have that in your laptop. I want to demonstrate so that you will get a feeling of okay, this is how it works. Is that fine?
What's the full name, sir?
Pardon? LTE bulletin.